getting stressed about making decisions? Well, in today's episode, I'll show you the first thing that I do when I am about to make an important decision. More about that right after the intro. Welcome to the Day One Journey, episode 2, 3, 4, Chi-Ching. Yeah! So what do you do? What do you do when you are getting stressed about making a decision? How do you get that mental clarity, that certainty, that confidence to make the decision best for you and follow through? Well, the first thing that I do is I go and think about my values. And what do I mean by that? My values. These are the things that are most important to me in my life. This is the things that I value the most in my life. These are the things that I'm moving toward. I call them my moving toward values. And I also call them my priorities. But the thing is, I'm not just starting to think about all of my values, because I have many of them. And that will just make me more overwhelmed, because I'm already getting stressed about making a decision. Now I won't start thinking about all my values. It will again just make me more overwhelmed, because I value many things. I value my freedom, my power, my energy, making a difference, contribution, personal growth, love, connection, intimacy. I value all these things. So the key thing I want to share with you, when I go to my values, I'm not just starting thinking about all of them at the same time. Again, it will just make me more overwhelmed and more stressed about the decision I want to make. So what is the first thing that I did? You might ask, so what is the first value you think about? Well, this is exactly what the priority series is all about. This is still, of course, the priority series. And what stands in the core of the priority series is, it's not just about making a list of all the things that I value in my life. It is about making a list with an order of priorities. Yes, where the first one is my top priority, the second is the second priority, and so on. So for example, the fourth value is very important, but is not as important as the first, second, and third values. So this is the first thing that I did. I go to my first value. And this gives me the clarity, the confidence to make the decision best for me. I think about the decision, and I'm thinking about the same time about my top priority. I'm thinking about the options I have, and I'm asking myself if they are aligned to my top priority. And if they are, only then I move on to the second value, and so on. And it's like the same process I showed you last episode with a specific decision I had. I had my parents visiting me here in Cambodia, and I needed to make a decision. How would I spend my time? Would I spend most of the time with my parents or doing my work? So I thought about my first value, my top priority, completeness. So I asked myself what decision I would make that I would feel complete about. And then everything was clear for me. I knew that I would spend most of my time with my parents. This is the clarity and the certainty I get from having priorities, and thus having my top priority, thinking about it, not getting overwhelmed, not getting stressed, and making the best decision for me. Then, back to this story, I still have another decision to make. So I would spend most of the time with my parents, but what happens with the other time, with the rest of the time that I would put on my work? What would I do in these hours and this time? Well, more about that. How do I prioritize my time with my work in the next episode? So back to you. I have a personal question for you for the day. What do you ask yourself when you are getting stressed making decisions? What do you try to ask yourself to get that mental clarity, the confidence, the certainty to make the decision and follow through? If you do have this kind of question that you use, share them below with all of us so you can use it as well. And if you're not sure about a question, try to push yourself and think about what can you ask yourself to gain more clarity and confidence while making decisions. Push yourself and see if you come up with something helpful for you. Either way, do it today. Do this exercise today. And of course, have an amazing day one. See you tomorrow.